Welcome, Trivialites. It's Juan and
Jordan.
And we are here keeping it classy, keeping it for real, keeping it sexy in a brand new year, 2022.
Coming at you.
Coming at you. Soldier Boy. Okay, so, but yes, we already missed you. We already wished you a Merry Christmas. So we're just wishing you a Happy New Year now.
Happy New Year, Trivialites. That was a great kazoo.
Yeah, it really hurt.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I got it caught on my finger, I guess.
Oh, man. I love leftovers.
I know, right? Like the holiday season is over.
Mm-hmm. Christmas, gone.
Done.
Thanksgiving, over.
Hanukkah,
Done.
done.
Kwanzaa, done.
Done.
New Year's, done.
Done.
Yeah, it's time.
Yeah.
Let's talk about leftovers.
Let's open up the door, push past the freezer frost, and explore what we got.
Freezer burn. Ew, that's gross.
Yeah.
What do we got? Ah, there it is.
There it is. By the way, this is our own list. We were talking about some of our favorite leftovers.
Yeah.
This is not just pertaining to the holiday season.
No.
But we do have our favorite Thanksgiving leftover, because let's face it, Thanksgiving, it's about community, it's about food, it's about thankfulness, but then it's also about maybe eating a certain particular food for 8 days in a row afterwards.
Mostly about that.
Yeah, mostly about that. Yeah.
I would say.
But number one, we'll save those for the end. You gotta watch through.
Yeah.
Number one of my favorite foods left over is pizza. Pizza.
I love pizza too.
I love a piece of pizza from the refrigerator.
Absolutely. Who doesn't though? Like communists, Nazis? Yeah. I really don't know who else would not like cold pizza.
Yeah. And that's just because they don't have New York style pizza in Texas.
In Texas? We have it here.
I mean, New York style pizza in Texas. Like, they don't have New York style pizza in Texas.
Right, I
Because
got
they don't live in Texas.
I follow you.
Yeah.
I live in 1940s Germany.
Yeah.
30s, 40s. Okay, gotcha.
1940s Germany is when they were just discovering Fanta by using old orange peels.
We have derailed.
And that is true. But that's also a true fact. That's where Fanta came from. It's from old, unused, leftover fruit.
No.
Yeah.
Are you serious?
I'm being dead serious.
Wow.
Fun fact. I wish I would have thought about that previous.
Wow.
That's a whole thing.
That's amazing.
Yeah, but pizza. I would say definitely pizza. You got the crust, you got the sauce, you got the cheese, you got the bread, but it's only good for one more day afterwards.
Only for one more day?
Only for one more day.
So would you say that's the king of leftovers?
I would not say that pizza is the king of leftovers.
You would not?
I would say something that maybe you're talking about later is my king of leftovers.
Okay.
But you got to it first, so I'm not going to talk about it.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So pizza.
Pizza is up there in my top 10 favorite leftovers.
Perfect. Number 2.
Yes, go.
2. Dose. Chili.
Ooh.
Chili.
Yes.
Chili is better the second day than it is the first. And friend, let me tell you, it's better day 3 than it is day 2. And it's 2 times as better. What? 2 times as good on day 3 than it is on day 1. So I just want to throw that. When my wife makes chili, it's great the first.
Oh, of course.
Really great.
Yeah, you need a good base.
You do. But after that meat has time to marinate in the sauce for a day, for 24 hours, that is fantastic. And then day 3, I mean, I usually finish. You don't want to go beyond day 3, I don't think.
Well, usually, if it's a good leftover chili, it's not going to make it past day 3 anyways.
No, that is a very good point. That's your last day anyway.
Yeah.
You better get in while the getting's good.
Yeah.
Is what I'm saying.
Exactly. Oh, man, you are so right. Just all the flavors blend well together. Oh, man. Well,
that makes me hungry.
It does make me hungry.
Yeah.
It makes me hungry for some leftover homemade soup.
Oh, another one.
Which is my next. We got 2 liquids back to back.
We do.
But the thing is that there's a difference. There's a difference between chili. There's a difference between chili, stew, and soups.
There is.
Don't get me wrong. I think that stew can be good as a leftover as well too. But in my opinion, homemade soup. And now I make a mean chicken gnocchi.
I've heard about this.
For me.
Yeah, like earlier tonight.
Yeah. Which there's no leftovers from what we had from tonight. Actually, we downed that. Wow. It was really good. Which makes me think wings should probably be on this list too. Now that I think about it, wings are a great leftover.
But they're never left over.
That's true.
I always one sitting done.
Yeah.
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 Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, homemade soup. I chicken gnocchi soup. You get all those flavors just like the chili. They blend together
Tell
so
the kind
well.
of people what that is.
Listen, a chicken gnocchi soup is just a great. You've got potato pasta in there. You have your chicken. You have your just great roux that you make with your butter, your oil, your celery, and your carrots, and your onions, garlic. Now here's the thing. I use way more garlic and I use way more butter than Olive Garden does. So my soup is way more better. Because I don't care about your health. I care about your healthiness. I care about your happiness.
They have to get approval from the city to sell you that stuff.
Yeah,
so,
yeah. We had
sense.
some people over sometime for the food. It's like, how do you make your food taste so good? And my wife is like, he just puts everything in it. I'm like, you are right, but I do the right amount of everything.
That's right, you do.
And that's the point right there.
I'm looking forward to trying it.
Yeah. And fun fact about homemade soup and chili, those are the only two items on this list that we're going to talk to you about tonight that I can't make into a taco. Everything else, just assume I'm going to make it into a taco.
Usually when people say a fun fact, it's not really fun, but that was a fun fact.
Yeah, it's a fun little
I
tidbit.
appreciate that.
It's a fun little one.
It is, absolutely.
Yeah.
Number 4.
Let's go.
People might not believe this. In fact, I told one gentleman this, and he laughed out loud when I told him that I made it. But number 4, enchiladas. Ooh. I made some cheese enchiladas with a tomatillo sauce. That was, kind of a work function.
Yeah.
I brought that, and he goes, "You didn't make this. This is too good. You didn't make this." I was like, "Yeah, dude, I made this. I made these enchiladas."
Yeah.
They're always good fresh.
Always good.
Always good fresh.
You have to have a good base.
You have to have a good base. We're going to keep going back to that. But if you can heat it up, some people are against the microwave, but I'm not. You put those enchiladas back in the microwave. Sorry, we got a flying bug. A flying bug.
It's a skeeter.
Oh, we need a skeeter eater. Did you get it? On live TV. You murdered
Got
someone
it.
on live
But
TV.
I didn't wipe it off on him. I used the opposite side of my hand. I wouldn't have done that.
No, he's such a... Okay.
So, yeah.
So enchiladas, you reheat them. I don't know if that's a crime.
No.
Okay. So you take the enchiladas, heat them up, and then you put some sour cream and some guacamole on the side.
Mm-hmm.
I guacamole with everything.
Guacamole with mostly everything for me.
Except for donuts.
Except for
And
donuts.
pizza.
Which is funny enough, though, you can have sour cream with donuts. Because of the sour cream donuts.
Oh, those are phenomenal.
Yeah,
too.
yeah. Moist.
Are we allowed to use that word? Does the FCC allow us to use
Yeah, it's just really moist in my mouth.
So
It just crumbles apart. This is good. You just put your hand on it, it just forms.
that is fantastic. So number 4 was enchiladas. What do you have, friend, for number 5?
So I'm about to get really, really specific, but it takes me back to just such a special cooking moment that I had with Lacey,
His wife.
my wife, and because we love to cook together. But it's not very often with 2 toddlers in the house. You get to cook like a nice meal.
I
Like
hear
it's
you.
usually like you're scraping this together.
Chicken
and
nuggets,
it's good.
macaroni.
Yeah,
I'll
it's
eat
good.
Blippi's on.
Yeah, exactly. Like all of those things.
Not the weird Blippy with.
There was one time where the kids went to bed early.
Yeah.
And we're like, let's go ahead and cook. So we brought out the wine. We just enjoyed each other's company, trying some cooking music, and we made some grilled chicken with some mushroom sauce and quinoa. Now then, this is only good if it's good the first day, because it has to be good the first day.
Yeah, it can't be disgusting and then become good.
You have to have a good base.
I've heard that before.
Right?
Yeah.
Somewhere soon.
Yeah.
But you have to have a good base. The base was so good because you just get that like that nice sous vide chicken. It's all tender and stringy, just pulling apart inside your mouth. And the mushroom sauce, you can't taste the mushroom.
No.
But you get the sauce.
See,
It's
and
just great.
I'm not a big mushroom texture person, so that brings me some sort of relief that it's just the mushroom sauce.
Yeah, exactly. And when you're heating up, if you just drop like a little bit of butter, some like jalapenos, dice them up like real thin, like
okay.
add some spice. Like don't don't just cook what the recipe tells you to cook. You make it your own. So that way it's like, this is my recipe.
Right, absolutely.
Yeah, and that would say, you say, these are my leftovers, because that's exactly what you're going to want to be saying when you have this leftover. Grilled chicken with mushroom sauce and quinoa is possibly one of the best leftover dishes I could possibly imagine.
He's not wrong.
And if you get some Monterey cheese or some cheddar, just sprinkle it on afterwards before heating it back up in the oven. Has to be the oven, don't do the microwave, but do it back up again in the oven.
Yeah.
My gosh, you've got an inverse chicken cordon bleu on quinoa, and it is amazing.
Man.
Yeah.
That sounds delicious, man.
I can breathe now because I was so excited talking about that.
Yeah.
Bacon! Bacon is my next one.
It's an amazing product.
Milkshakes, ice cream, you could literally put it in anything.
You really can.
Yeah.
It's the king of leftovers.
Ah.
Not quite? We're not
Well,
there yet.
here's the thing. Do we include Thanksgiving? Yes or no?
I keep prematurely saying that things are royalty of leftover. I'm sorry.
It's alright. Ever since LeBron, it's king this, king that. Thanks, LeBron.
Speaking of LeBron James, $1 million spaghetti.
Ooh.
$1 million spaghetti. Now, some people, something will happen. There's a funeral or you have a baby and people bring over casseroles. You know what I'm talking about?
You would.
Yes.
Funeral and baby was like the first two things you thought to put together in that sentence. You have a funeral and there's a baby and you want to bring a casserole.
These are life events that have happened recently where
Oh my gosh.
somebody dies or you have a baby and
Yes.
people want to bring you food.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's okay. I
You know
get.
where I'm going?
I cut you
Okay.
off prematurely.
No, it's okay.
That was my bad. I did not
No.
provide a good base for the rest of this.
But you
for the
provided
rest
plenty of other good bases.
There we go. I'm all
So,
about the base.
yes. Oh, wow. That's good. That's what I do. A little Megan Trainor going on right up in here. $1 million spaghetti. So, like I was saying, people will bring weird casseroles over and be
Yeah.
like, hey, you had a baby. Here's this disgusting casserole. No offense. Thank you for bringing everything over. We really enjoyed it. But some people, not people that I know,
Yeah.
will bring over casseroles that are just like, what is in here? And it's like they threw asparagus inside of like lasagna and they're
Yeah.
like, enjoy. And
Yeah.
I'm like, this is weird. Why is there celery in my, quiche? It's weird.
I don't. Yeah. That you're right. Casserole's not the way to go. I know that you're bringing up to your point, but on the count of three, just name like the worst casserole. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Green bean casserole.
I love green bean casserole.
No way! I was really expecting you to say green bean. I thought we were gonna have like a synergy moment right there.
No, I knew you were gonna say it, and I thought, should I do it for the show? And then I thought, be true to myself.
Yeah, you absolutely have to be true to yourself.
So what we have here at $1 Million Spaghetti is basically spaghetti, ricotta, mozzarella, parmesan, tomato sauce. It's just a mixture of everything that all Italian food is made out of.
Yeah.
All mixed into one thing. And my wife told me about it. She was like, hey, we're going to have $1 Million Spaghetti. And I was like, oh, is that one of those casseroles that people bring over after people die or you have a baby? And in my head.
Yeah.
But I was like, great, babe, sounds good. And then she made it, and I was like, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
This is really good. It's the ricotta.
Yeah.
But what I experienced, though, the next night, because we do, meal prep like most normal people do.
Yeah.
Meal prep occasionally.
Yeah.
Is I heated it up, and it was even better. Even better.
Better?
It was better. It was better the next day. The $1 Million Spaghetti. And that's when I bought into the name $1 Million Spaghetti. So I spent way too much time on this one, but $1 Million Spaghetti is a fantastic leftover.
I mean, if it's that great, it deserves that much time.
It does. And if you don't agree with me, I will fight you.
And the thing that I find with a lot of these right here is that a lot of them have a semi-solid food ingredient and a saucy food ingredient to be absorbed. I'm really...
I love
It's not Karumatsu. So,
Kama Sutra.
Karumatsu.
Oh.
The maggot cheese.
Oh.
Yeah. So it like, but like it has like it has something great to be able to be absorbed into. I think.
Yes.
And regular spaghetti, $1 spaghetti is great the day after. So you add $999,999.99. $999,999.
Bingo.
That's the bingo. Number 9. I was going to say something, but I've changed my mind.
Whoa, hope.
Yeah, red alert. We're going off the cuff right here. I was going to say deviled eggs.
Well, I appreciate you like disclaiming that.
Yeah, I was going to say deviled eggs. And I know that there's a huge following of deviled eggs followers out there, yeah, eggheads. But I'm going to go ahead and change it to...
Hold on, before you move on.
Yeah.
My mother-in-law calls them angel eggs because she doesn't want to call them that. Is that not the cutest thing you've ever heard?
That is so cute.
It's
that
adorbs.
Is so cute. Oh,
it's adorbs. I'm sorry I didn't mean to
It's
interrupt.
totes adorbs.
I feel like we needed to share that.
Yeah, we do.
The trivial nation.
Yeah, and it's true. And it's only you're right, because I was going to initially say that. But I've changed it to macaroni and cheese.
Macaroni and cheese.
Homemade macaroni and cheese.
Okay, there's where you got me.
See, here's the thing. You were talking about that $1 million spaghetti, and I'm like, my wife makes this macaroni and cheese that has so many different cheeses in the noodles and the butter and the breadcrumbs that are up on top.
Oh, I was going to ask you if there were breadcrumbs on top.
Yes, absolutely there are. And like, it doesn't come in a little pan. It's in a deep dish, and you have that for days. And the only reason I'm bringing it up is because I've had multiple of my friends text me, hey, for this get-together, is your wife making the macaroni and cheese?
Wow.
And I just can't go through an episode knowing that I could have said possibly one of the best side dishes that I ever have in my entire life.
Fan favorite.
And it is so moist. And I love it. So good.
I am so glad to hear that you enjoy that, and I am disappointed that I don't think I've ever had it.
I don't think you, maybe at like one get-together when we were in a group together or something like that for a Cowboys game, she might have brought it.
Perhaps that's where
But that was just forever ago, like that time. Yeah.
Need to happen.
Yeah.
Needs to happen again.
Needs to happen again.
Yeah.
I agree. I concur.
Together.
As one.
Yes, as one.
Yeah.
As one unit.
Yeah.
That sounds weird.
A separable unit.
A separable unit.
As one separable, but also separable.
Yes. I love it.
Yeah.
Yes, that should be cut.
And
that was weird. Yes. Yes.
It was weird. Speaking of units.
Yes.
Number 10.
Number 10.
Yeah.
Speaking of units. That's fantastic.
It's an absolute unit.
It is an absolute unit. A unit of 10.
Yeah.
So what we have here
is a failure to communicate.
Yes, we don't actually. We're communicating well.
Yeah, we're doing great.
Yeah. You topped it off there. You knew exactly where I was going. Number 10, the king of leftovers is Thanksgiving leftovers, right?
100%.
Can we all agree on that? You're nodding with me? Yes. Excellent.
Yeah. I mean, of course, you have multiple things. Yeah.
Yeah. So what I would say for number 10 is, and this is me, cornbread stuffing with the obligatory cold turkey. Not a huge turkey fan.
Yeah.
And of course, freshly made gravy from the broth and the mixed packet.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna have to agree. If you can manage to get that conglomerate of food together, and still be so good the next day, and you're using one main ingredient, which is bread.
Yeah, bread.
That is amazing. Do you know how much ingenuity that takes?
Well,
tell me more.
Some say I'm a genius, but I just tell them my wife doesn't.
Yeah.
So, and they're like, oh yeah, we should have expected that.
Yeah.
So, it's typically how my great ideas go. But but it has to be cornbread stuffing in my book.
Okay.
And here's the thing, caveat here: you can't put celery and stuffing and have it still be good.
No.
You can't put a bunch of weird vegetables and fruit. I think I've seen apples.
No, that's not needed.
No, it's not needed. It's actually, I would say it's blasphemous to the holiday.
It's illegal.
Illegal. It should be illegal, and that's what we'll do.
Yeah, that's what we're going to focus on in 2022. That's the biggest issue we can think of right now is the legality of fruits and vegetables inside your...
We'll get right on it with the Biden administration, and I'm sure it will take number one priority.
Absolutely.
So, cornbread stuffing. Like I said, I can't eat I can't eat the Thanksgiving food without
Mm-hmm.
the obligatory turkey. I feel like it's not true unless I have, like our last night of leftovers. I had a square this big.
Yeah.
I mean, we're talking 2 inches by 2 inches, just so I wasn't again being blasphemous with the meal.
Yeah.
I had a little piece of cold turkey there.
Yeah.
I don't love turkey.
I don't think turkey really makes the list on a lot of people's leftovers.
Yeah.
I think that it's moving more towards ham or other things. Honestly,
Sides.
Yeah, sides are really what's taking over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It really has.
Yeah.
It really has. And that brings us, Juan. If I can call you.
Yeah, of course. I will say I've never had cornbread stuffing before though. So next time you have it, I will have to try some because I've never had cornbread stuffing before.
I would love to do that.
Yeah.
But if you see it before next Thanksgiving, Pepperidge Farm has a great mix.
Ooh.
I don't know if that might be.
Usually, like with that kind of stuff, making it in the cast iron, using some bacon grease or something like that to be able to coat the cast iron on the inside.
Of course, butter.
Or butter as well too. Yeah, I use butter as well. Yeah, gotta have a good base.
You gotta have a good base, as a wise man once said.
Yeah.
But with all that being said, what we need to do is a quizzle dizzle.
Quizzle dizzle.
Yes. I love that song. It's probably my favorite song.
Yeah. I want a quizzle.
Sounds almost like a 80s love ballad.
I directly stole from I want a rock.
I thought that's where you were coming from. That's beautiful.
Yeah.
So here, are you ready for your quizzle dizzle?
I am ready. I'm on a losing streak right now.
You are, unfortunately.
Ready to end that streak and make it a winning one though.
Let's do that right now.
Let's go.
Okay, so this one's a little bit different. Usually we have multiple choice, but this time I'm going to have him name the top America's top favorite Thanksgiving leftovers in order.
In order?
In order.
Oh,
I'm going to give you 4.
Okay.
I'm not going to give you 11, okay? I'm going to give you 4.
Okay, 4 to choose from.
Okay.
So these are all on the list though.
These are all on the list, and you have to order them from the most popular to the least popular.
Okay, I can do that.
Okay.
I believe in you.
I believe in you as well.
Yeah.
Yes. And you, I believe in you too.
Yeah.
Yes, I do.
We're going to do this together.
We are. Yeah, y'all help him out. Put it down and... Yeah. All right. So, sweet potato casserole.
Okay, sweet potato casserole.
Green bean casserole.
Okay, green bean casserole.
Mashed potatoes.
Okay, mashed potatoes.
And I don't know if this one's pronounced stoofing or stuffing.
Stuffing. Okay, gotcha.
Stoofing.
So just make sure we have sweet potato casserole. We have green bean casserole.
We do.
Mashed taters.
Yeah.
And we got stuffing.
That's it, man.
Okay.
You had just mentioned you don't think turkey makes anybody's leftover list.
Yeah.
You see that's not on the top 4 at all.
I know, and we're taking from, you're saying the average from America, correct?
From America. America, that's
guys,
where we...
It's time to change the bird. So I'm going to go to say number 4 is going to be green beans. Green bean casserole.
That is correct.
Okay, all right, let's go. Okay. Number 3. This is a toss-up because I'm debating between mashed potatoes and sweet potatoes. Because I think stuffing.
Understandable.
Yeah, I'm going between mashed potatoes and sweet potatoes. I'm going to go ahead and say that number 3 is sweet potato casserole.
That is correct.
Let's go. Okay.
Man,
all right.
I am proud
Okay.
of what you're doing right here.
Okay. So then that means that number 1.
Oh, we're gonna go ahead and go to number 1.
Because that means that number 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, that means that number 2 would be mashed potatoes and the number 1 would be stuffing. Did I get it right? Yeah!
Bro!
He's back!
He is back on a difficult one too.
That was testy.
Look, it was testy. Let me give you the breakdown here.
Yeah, break it down for me.
So there's probably a list of 11 favorites, and this is from 10best.com. But number 1 stuffing, like he said, like he guessed, at 31%.
Ooh,
31.
That's high too.
Oh, that is high.
Wow.
Mashed potatoes came in at number 2, 17%.
That big of a
Half.
difference?
Yes. Yeah.
Wow.
And then you have green bean casserole at sweet potato casserole at 10%.
Yeah.
And green bean casserole at 9%. So they're
Wow.
pretty close. I thought green bean casserole would be higher than sweet potato casserole, but I understand why you guessed that because, as we discussed, you do not loathe.
I wouldn't say as far as loathe. Like, I loathe nuts and brownies. Like, don't put a nut inside a brownie.
I used to fall into that camp, but not anymore. But we can discuss that on another day.
But like green bean casserole, it's not a loathe. It's just like I just don't eat it.
Thank you for joining us, Trivalites, for the first episode of 2022. This was episode 33, Leftovers. Stay tuned this year as we will be releasing episodes every week, and we look forward to serving you up delicious trivial facts every week. Stay curious.
And weird. Deuces.